Good day, students, and how has been your holiday? And hope you are doing all the assignments given to you. You are welcome once again to Checkpoint Biology class, and I believe I'm talking to Year 7 students. Now, I would like to welcome the following students to the class today, and I want you to listen attentively as I explain the topic. Now, if you can remember, in our last class, we have been talking about adaptation. That means in our last classes, we have been talking about adaptation, and we've talked about adaptation to daily changes, that is plants and animals, adaptation of plants and animals to seasonal changes, adaptation of plants and animals to certain habitats, and we talked about deserts and mountains in the habitats we explained. Now, today, we will be looking at aquatic plants and animals, how they adapt to their environment. So, at the end of this lesson, students should be able to understand how aquatic plants adapt to their habitats, and at the same time, they should be able to list some features of aquatic animals that enable them to survive in their habitats. Now, once again, the topic for today is aquatic habitats. What is an aquatic habitat? Aquatic habitats are watery habitats. That means habitats where we have water bodies, only water bodies. And today we'll be looking at two types of aquatic habitats. We'll be looking at the freshwater habitats. We have examples to be ponds and rivers, and we also have salt water or marine habitats. Examples, we have seas and ocean. And generally, we'll be looking at how some of these organisms were able to survive or adapt to their environment. Now, the first one we'll be looking at are plants that are found in freshwater habitats. Plants, generally, they are made up of different parts. We have the fruits, we have the stem, we have the roots, and we have several other parts of their body, of the body structure of the plants. Now, but the roots is what they use for absorption of water. So how can aquatic plants, again, that are found inside water, survive? And the water will not be too much for them, and at the end of the day, they will not die. Why? They don't have extensive root system like those plants that are found on land. They just have simple root system which helps to exchange oxygen. They have little oxygen for the root cells to carry out their activities. So they are just found at the surface of, some of them are found at the surface of the water, and some are even found inside the water. They also have stems that have cavities in them, which air can pass to the roots. We have examples in water lilies. They also use gases produced by them to hold their bodies up in the water. They are found inside the water, so that they will not get drawn inside the water. They have gases produced by them, which helps them to float on the surface of water. That is what we refer to as buoyancy. Buoyancy. Everybody say buoyancy. Right. Yes. Now, so they do not need strong supporting tissues as needed by plants that are found on the land. Now, they also have their leaves that are thin for easy passage of minerals into them. And floating water plants like duckweed, they have roots that act as a stabilizer. Now, we have some freshwater animals, but majorly we'll be looking at the diving beetle. The diving beetle is an example of freshwater animals. You can see the diagram there, and they live underwater. And we imagine how they breathe in here under the water. You know, for insects that are found on land, they are made up of spiracles, which is found at the side of their body like this. Is arranged at the side of their body. But for diving beetles, their spiracles is found at their back, located on their back, and they covered by their wings. That means this wing, under it, they will open up the wings and they will have the ability to breathe in through their spiracle that is found under the wing. It feeds on a range of food like small fish. We can see an example here how it is feeding on an earthworm here, right inside the water. Then the next one we'll be looking at are organisms that are found in salt water. Another name for salt water is marine habitats. We have marine algae. They have drops of oil that helps them to float on the surface of water. So they are always found on the surface of water. They also have long spines to slow down the speed at which they sink. They make food by photosynthesis. If you can remember what photosynthesis is, photosynthesis only takes place in plants, and it is process by which plants manufacture its food in the presence of sunlight. So they have ability to make their food by photosynthesis. Also seaweeds, they have root-like structure called hold fast. You know, when you are saying you are holding fast to something, that means you are holding that thing, you are not trying to release it. So they have that structure referred to as hold fast, which they use to attach themselves to the rock, and it prevents them from being swept away by water. So we have the diagram. This is an example of a seaweed here that is found inside a marine habitat. So they have hold fast that enables them to be able to, hold fast or to attach themselves very well to the surface of the rock. Then we have marine animals. Marine animals. Marine, remember, is also an example of an aquatic habitat. And sea spider have long legs to help them walk over the mud. Mud is just like a waterlogged environment, and animal can easily get stuck into it. So as a result of it, they have long legs, which helps them to move freely on the surface of the mud. Sea organisms in deep ocean water have special organs to generate light called bioluminescence to recognize each other in the dark to find food. Yes, this is an example of a cuttlefish with light emitting organs. So they are producing light on their body, and this helps them to be able to, in the dark, they're able to recognize or get food and even see each other in the dark. So they have ability to emit these lights from their body. You can see the light coming out of their body. Then limpet has a fleshy foot which acts like a sucker to hold it on a rocky surface, just like we have for seaweed. This limpet is an animal, but they only have fleshy foot which acts like a sucker to hold it on a rocky shore. Then sea animals have a sucker-like base to grip the sides of a rock pool. Yes, and that is that for today. But before I end this class, I would want to take a recap of what we have discussed under this topic. We have been talking about adaptation, and for today we are talking about aquatic habitats, and then we have talked about freshwater habitats and saltwater habitats. And like I said, aquatic habitat is a watery environment. And I gave examples of some animals that are found in fresh water and as well as plants. And also for marine habitats, plants and animals were mentioned. So this is the assignment I have for you. For after this class, we have mentioned the 2 types of aquatic habitats. Then give examples of some organisms that survive in these aquatic habitats mentioned above with the features they possess. Please, I love you. Make sure you do your assignment. Take care of yourself.